Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody is doing well this evening. We are going to be talking about tariffs and trade and how it affects you. Obviously, the big topic is going to be China, which makes a lot of sense, right? So we're going to get into all that in just a minute. And so, firstly, I just wanted to let again, very family friendly oriented channel. So please be decent. Please be kind to each other. That's important. And if you are not, we have our moderators that will send you on your merry way. So, and they do an awesome job. Like I said, I know I say what they're doing in helping keep the chat clean and no nonsense, no racism, anything like that. Okay, you can all have your own opinions, which is great, but do not share any kind of racist stuff on my channel. We won't tolerate it. Okay, so we're going to get into this here in just a moment. Give it a minute for some people to get in here. So we're going to talk about everything that's been going on with the trade war, basically, that's been happening between the U.S. and China, how it affects everything, what's been going on a little bit behind the scenes with that and everything else, okay? So, as you guys know, President Trump had enacted tariffs before here, not that long ago, on $250 billion worth of Chinese goods, okay? And so he put in a 25% tariff on that. He's trying to bring China to the trade talk table, and so there's a lot of games, a lot of grandstanding that go on back and forth, and so will eventually they end up getting to a trade agreement? Of course they will, but who's it going to hurt worse? And we're going to get into all those different things and everything that's going on and what could bring them back to the table faster, okay? So as of President Trump just announced, as of September 1st, another $300 billion worth of trade goods he's going to put a 10% tariff on starting the 1st of September, okay? So obviously, he's trying to squeeze China. Now, what could China do to retaliate? Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple things that China can do. It's already started to do one of them, okay? The Chinese currency, they have let it fall. So it weakens their dollar, so they're able to trade more. It makes them more profitable trading against the dollar if they've weakened their dollar, okay? And so, of course, the president has, declared that they are manipulating their currency, which they are. I mean, it's just, that's part of the game, okay? So, what else has China been doing? Now, and a lot of people don't know this, but we're going to get into this part as well. But we're going to talk about some of the other things that China can do in a retaliation against the United States for these tariffs and stuff like that. But what China has done over the last 8 months, they have purchased, like in July alone, they purchased 10 tons of gold, okay? So that puts their reserve up to 1,945 tons in their reserves. It's 62.26 million ounces. Hey, Mountain Girl, the government imposes tariffs sometimes to raise revenue and protect domestic industries. We're going to get into all that, and I agree with you on that, and we're going to talk about those different things as well. But thank you so much for that donation. I do appreciate that. Okay, but anyway, so they're adding to their gold, okay? So they added 10 tons in the last month. In the last 8 months, they've added 94 tons in the past 8 months. So why would China be adding more and more gold to their reserves, okay? I mean, like I said, they have 62.26 million ounces already. It is 1,945 tons, worth about $93.4 billion. So why would they be continuing to purchase more and more gold? Gold is a great hedge against a declining economy, and it's also it's a safe haven for investors. Okay, when the economy is weakening, and you're going to have volatility in the stock market. So basically what China's doing is they're hedging their bets for a long, drawn-out trade war with the United States. That's part of what that's seen as. Now, that could be something different that they're doing it for, but basically it looks like China's going to dig their heels in, and that's what they're doing, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit more about what China can do first, and then we're going to talk about why we're doing the tariffs and all that type of stuff, like Mountain Girl had said, okay? So one of the things that they can do is China holds $1.1 trillion in U.S. treasuries, okay? So what they could do if they want to is start dumping those treasuries, getting rid of those treasuries. That's going to hurt us. Now, as you know, we just did a rate cut. The president wanted a rate cut to help stimulate the economy, and part of that is all this whole trade war thing, okay? So that's one of the things that China can do. Now, we already talked about they could devalue their own dollar, which they have done that. They could also restrict the supply of rare earth minerals, or elements, I'm sorry, to the U.S. Now, they have certain rare earth elements that only they have in China. They could put a squeeze on us with that. And so that could definitely cause us to have problems. You know, we need those elements, okay? And the other thing that they can do is restrict U.S. companies operating in China. Now, let's talk about that for a second, okay? Yes, bub.
Can I start off?
You may.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So you have in 2017, we're going to go with that number. Eddie's bringing the cat over.
Maxie.
Mr. Max, yep, okay. Thanks, bub. And guys, if you haven't yet, if you could hit that thumbs up for me, I definitely would appreciate that. I think we're going to have a probably smaller crowd. Wednesday's usually a smaller crowd, but that's okay. We'll still have a good time. Very pixelated tonight. On what I'm seeing is fine. So maybe if you go out and come back in to the chat, maybe that'll help better. Yeah, Nancy, what mine is looking fine. So maybe it's problems on your end. So if you sign out and come back in, try it that way, guys, and see if that works for you better, if it's clearer. All right, so in 2017, there was $700 billion in sales, with $50 billion of that being profits, with U.S.-based companies in China. So basically, you know, a lot of these companies are having things built in China, U.S.-based companies, and they're getting filthy, stinking rich off of it. So the Chinese government could restrict what we're doing over there to squeeze us that way as well, okay? So now the average tariff now, once this new tariff goes into effect starting September 1st, the average tariff is about 17, it's going to be about 17.5%, okay? Where before President Trump came into office, it was about 5%. Didn't help, still blurry. I'm sorry, Paul, I don't know what to tell you, hon. I don't know why it's doing that, but no change, John, too. I don't know why. It's clear on my end here. I'm having absolutely no issues on my end, so it must be. Maybe YouTube doesn't want me to talk about China and the trade wars and, tariffs and all those type of things. But I'm sorry that some of you guys are having problems. But anyway, so what's the whole thing all about? Why are they doing this? Why did the tariffs start in the first place and stuff like that? Who's it going to hurt? Who's it going to hurt short term? Who's it going to hurt long term? Short term, it hurts basically the middle class. It's going to hurt our farmers. The farmers are still, backing the president on this, but it is, they're taking the hit right now. Middle class America, or I should say actually the average American, the prices of things are going to go up. Okay, so it's not going to be, it could be the bad weather in the Northeast. Yeah, we've had rain all day long here, guys. And actually, I got to tell you, this is before we go into this a little further. I wanted to talk about this real quick. Something happened today. I had to go pick up Heather, and so she's obviously back home. And so I was driving, and it was coming down off the hill, and I could see in the distance where it was raining, where it wasn't raining where I was. I said, I'm going to drive right into this rain. So while I was I got down to the bottom in the main road. I'm driving. And it's probably maybe the fourth or the fifth time this has ever happened in my life, and it's like the coolest thing. It happened to me on the bike too. That was not cool. But where I was, it wasn't raining. I could look ahead and you could see the line where it's hitting in the road. On that side of the line of the road, it was raining, and on this side, it wasn't. And so I basically drove right into that line and then into the rain. So that was actually really, really cool. It must be weather related. Tiki, California. I don't know why it's doing that. And it's not doing it on my end. My end is perfectly clear, so I don't know why it's doing that. So I apologize to you guys that are having problems seeing everything tonight. So, yeah, I don't know why it's doing it. Like I said, could be the weather. I don't know. But on this end here, it's completely clear. When the video goes up, it'll be clear. You guys, if you want to stick around to listen to me and just watch the weird pixelation, you can. But then if you want to watch it later, then you'll be able to see it is clearer. So, but anyway, so in the short run, it's definitely going to hurt Americans. The cost of goods are going to go up, and and those type of things. But who's it going to really hurt in the long run? So why is the president doing this? What's his ultimate goal? He's looking to get a better trade deal for the United States. That's why all this is going on in the first place. In the long run, it hurts China. Right now, it's hurting China too. Okay, it is definitely affecting China because they're having to pay more. As far as for these tariffs and stuff like that go. When you're talking about 250 billion of goods that is now has a 25% tariff on it, and then starting September 1st, another 300 billion of goods are going to have a 10% tariff. That's a lot of money. Okay, so. But what they're trying to do, he's trying to get a better trade deal because right now the trade deal, guys, completely and 100% favors China. All right, we are inundated with crap. Yes, Kevin H. just said China needs the U.S. market. They absolutely do because we buy so much of their crap. I mean, you look around. If you looked around your house, all of us, I don't care whose house it is, and saw how much crap comes from China, you'd be shocked. Okay, very, very little now is made in the U.S. So why is that? Well, it's cheaper to have cheap labor in China, make all these goods. That's why these U.S. companies are over there, guys. I mean, they're making a freaking fortune, and or any of the other Asian countries that are being used by big business. At the end of the day, what does it come down to? It comes down to greed. Always comes down to greed. These big businesses are going to make a ton of money. The U.S. citizen cannot compete. And see, this is what Trump is trying to help out with, too. He's trying to make us more competitive so American companies in America making stuff here can be competitive. Otherwise, they just cannot compete with the cost of making things over in China, and these huge companies are making a freaking fortune. So, that's why he's actually doing the tariffs. In the long run, he's doing it to help the American citizen. Now, in the short term, it's definitely hurting the American citizen because the cost of everything is going to go up. Yeah, but they don't last long as American goods. Kat, you're right. Absolutely. Cheap, crap-made Chinese stuff does not last. All right? But it's so cheap that people just go, oh, okay, I'll go buy another one. I would rather have something. It's a worldwide economic web. One country goes down, it affects the rest. You're right, JJ. It absolutely does. Everything has a domino effect. Everything. And so anything that we're doing is going to affect everybody else. And in the long run, it will prosper the U.S. All short term is pain for the little guy. Absolutely, Kevin. I agree with you 100%. In the long run, what Trump is doing, he's doing for the American people. It hurts us in the short term. But in the long term, it's going to definitely help out businesses in this country. It's going to make, the small businesses here in our country more competitive with the stuff from overseas. So, I mean, does it suck? Sure it does. Is it fun? No, of course not. But again, it's a big game, and China likes that piece of the pie that they're getting. So maybe they can't take as big a piece anymore, and they want that big piece because, again, that's stimulating their economy. That's making them tick, Somebody said U.S. and China pre-planned this. I don't know if they pre-planned it, but it's definitely. Oh, we have somebody going to come and join us here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yay.
Oh, no. So, Miss Heather has come to join me.
Yes, and I will do my own self promo that I'm in the process of putting up 2 videos right now. They are uploading.
Oh, there you go.
So
yes, so hang out with Heather is her website. So go check that out if you would and give her some support.
Yep. So should be up. Oh, hi, Belle. She's here to see her mom, apparently.
Apparently so. Her little petiteness.
And you saw her come towards me. What are you doing?
She apparently doesn't want to stay. So anyway, guys, I lost my train of thought completely. So
something with China.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
It narrows it down to what we were talking about. But like I said, eventually it's going to help out the average American down the road. And China's not going to have as great a trade deal as they have now. And again, they want to keep that, but they do need to come to the table. China has no choice but to buy our food stuff. They cannot grow enough to feed themselves. Alaska Prepper just said that. And that's another thing. I mean, it's like we ship a lot of stuff over there. One of the things that they just did, they had just refused to buy American agricultural products. So they just did that as well. I forgot to mention that China just did that.
I'm going to let puppies out real quick.
And would you check the birdies, please?
Check them.
Okay. I would put them in before you let the pups out, just so the birds don't come out. Please. Thank you. She'll be back. So anyway, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of games with it and stuff like that. And I don't see where it was pre-planned as far as somebody had said that, but you never know. The thing is, there's a couple things that could definitely bring the U.S. and China to the table. If the stock market started really tanking, that's going to bring us back to the table. China agreed to buy U.S. soy products. Exactly, Bruno. They sure did. But I know that the prices are down right now because of everything. And that's why when all the flooding happened in the Midwest, a lot of the people were sitting on their soy and it got flooded out and got ruined because they were hoping that there would be a deal and, that they would get it back at a higher price. And unfortunately, a lot of those farmers lost a lot. Let's see. Oh, they're having a lot of problems with their pork. They had to slaughter a tremendous amount of pigs over there because of some kind of virus that was going through. And it's definitely not a good thing over there with that. And so I know they're buying a lot more of our products because of it. China bought up most of the American pork products. Oh, okay. I knew that they were having issues with what they had. So I'm sure a lot of that stuff, swine flu, exactly. Yep, Barb just said that, the swine flu that's happening over there, they had to slaughter a tremendous amount of their pigs and destroy them. So I'm shiny. I have oily skin, guys. So, and I'm not Italian. I just have oily skin. Actually, Heather has that same oily skin. So it is what it is. But what are you going to do? 300 million pigs, Jay Andrews just said. Yeah, I knew it was a lot of pigs. I knew they had to destroy. Think about that amount of food. And, pork is a big part of the Chinese diet. So you're talking 300 million pigs. That's a lot of pigs. But, and we just lost a bunch as well. Exactly. Kevin H. just said, we lost a lot of cows. We lost a lot of pigs. Chickens, all that from the flooding in the Midwest that, isn't replaced easily. That too. I said, listen, I know having oily skin sucks because of the acne. But I said, you don't wrinkle, you don't age like other people because we don't, with the oily skin, it helps us stay more clear. It catches up. Probably, my dad passed away at 85 and probably right up to almost 80, people thought he was in his late 50s. Because he just did not look his age. And so, but YouTube is being dumb tonight. Video cleared up, but now it's buffering frequently. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. On my end, guys, it's completely fine. So I don't know why YouTube is doing that. It makes absolutely no sense. But you know, that's crazy. But anyway, so with the whole tariffs and stuff like that, we're trying to get our economy stimulated to help our small businesses, which is a great way to do it. And so President Trump has dug his heels in, and he said what he's going to do, like I said, there's two things, like I said, that could bring him to the table with China. One was if the stock market really starts to tank, and once he with the election, that may have some part of it as well. So, obviously he'll know at some point here who he's going to be going up against next year. But all that should be interesting. They got to play their whole game and do all their thing with that too. Too much upload at one time, limited bandwidth. I'm not uploading anything, guys, so it's not on my end. So I'm sorry that. It's somewhere in the internet connection. Yeah, it could be the weather, guys. That could possibly be what it is. Like I said, it has rained all day long here today, so. Oh, maybe because Heather's uploading at the same time, it's limited. That makes sense. I see you 812. Yeah, and she's got 2 videos uploading. So maybe once her videos upload, maybe that'll make a difference. Yep, she's doing 2 videos right now. So that could absolutely be part of it. Maybe when she comes in, I'll tell her to stop. Okay, so that could be it too, guys. So how far are your uploads?
Stop on because what you're talking about.
How far away are they from being done?
One is 2 minutes and one is longer. I'll put it in front of your room.
Huh?
It
It has nothing to do with that. It's pulling on the bandwidth. And so people are seeing on here it's buffering. It happens. What are you going to do?
That's what usually helps.
Yeah, if you would, yeah, that'd be great. All right, so her one video is almost uploaded, so she can't really stop it because it's in that process. So hopefully that'll clear up here shortly, guys. So again, once you see the replay, everything is fine, but that makes sense. So I will make sure that from now on she does not. Yeah, again, it's probably because Heather's uploading a couple of videos right now. She just said she was uploading 2 videos, so that's probably why the buffering. As soon as that is done, which shouldn't take that long, I think one she said was 2 minutes away. So that should hopefully clear that up after that. So sorry about that. It makes you grounded. That's it. Make her sleep in a chicken house tonight. Hey, you know what? We live and learn. I am not a really tech savvy type of person, so I've had a lot of help getting all this going. Mike has been a huge help with everything, and yeah, my acne's clearing up. I'm going to tell you what. I remember I started getting acne at about 12, and they said, "Oh, when puberty's done, you'll be all set. No more acne." I'm like, "Oh, fantastic!" Yeah, I'm 54 years old and I still get acne, so it never went away. So I guess I never grew up.
I canceled one of the uploads.
Oh, did you?
I can put it up afterwards.
Okay, so
the other one, is like a minute from being done.
Okay, so hopefully, guys, that'll
clear things up.
Hopefully that'll clear things up.
Hang out with Heather in the coop.
Yeah, because somebody said you're grounded. Yep. Yeah. So make you sleep with the chickens.
Sorry, I want my own internet fame.
You want to be famous all by yourself?
Oh, famous.
Farmers. Farmers, Heather. All right.
Hearing a kitty, it's just Belle.
Yeah, she's been not hanging out with Heather, so Heather's been sad.
Because she knows that I'm leaving.
Yeah, I think she does.
Replacement.
I guess I am the replacement. That cat's settling for me for second best, apparently.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, if you haven't shot us a thumbs up yet, if you would do so, I would appreciate it.
Do it for the next 30 seconds that it's going to take for me to upload this video.
Okay, her video's almost done, so hopefully things will... yeah, college is very soon, Mountain Girl.
2 weeks I move in.
13 days.
I know.
Less than 2 weeks.
And I have a little countdown on my phone that I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, it's not really. But
no, you can't really see.
It has 19 days left until the first day of classes and 13 days until move-in.
Yep.
So, I'll comment on the live stream, so then you can see where I am.
Hey, 454 Tiger. What do you think about minimum wage going up, the repercussions? That's a great question, and thank you very much for that donation. I think we need to have a higher minimum wage, honestly. Cheap labor. Here's the problem that I have. I think that minimum wage should be higher. I think people should be paid more for their services. Now, do I think fast food workers should be getting $15 an hour? Probably not, but that's just my opinion. Nothing against fast food workers. But is it better now, guys? Did it go up, Head?
Well, it's almost
oh, shit. Almost done? Okay. But people should be paid for the services they're providing. I'm going to tell you right now, nurses are definitely underpaid, absolutely underpaid. They don't, management and all these different places don't want to pay anybody anything. And so, yeah, it needs a gradual increase, not a drastic jump. Robert Blakemore just said that. I know that they have been working on getting it higher and higher. The cost of living, guys, I don't know how people can survive, to be honest with you, nowadays, with the cost of everything just going up exponentially. That should be actually, in my opinion, okay, so I'm going to tell you what I think. Cost of living goes up per year 3 or 4%. The cost of your wages across the board, for the lower people, not for management, because they make way too much anyway. But I think their pay should go up to match that, to help them out, because you just can't survive. I know, and I've talked about this before when I was with the kid's mom, and we were, we had 3 kids under the same house, under the same roof. I had my stepson and the twins and their mom, and we had the house and the 2 car payments and everything else. I was working 66 hours a week and barely keeping my head above water. That's really, really frustrating, guys. I mean, it's very disheartening, because where's your incentive? You are getting, each year, we got farther and farther behind. Yeah, firemen, teachers. Let's talk about the soldiers. What about the soldiers not making squat? Okay, they're out there risking their lives every day, all around the world for us. And yep, cleared up. Somebody just said, "Good." Okay, so that was what it was. It's all Heather's fault. So, boo.
And also, when people talk about, oh yeah, minimum wage is so much lower, and like in the 70s, but money had a lot more buying power back then.
Yes, it did. Yep.
Now it doesn't have nearly as much. So I mean, people could go to college with just a minimum wage job, and now you have to work how many jobs?
Gene just said that Pizza Hut is closing 500 dine-in locations. Yeah, I mean, the people are not out spending money like they used to. They're just not, because they can't afford to. Just trying to get, just trying to get food in the table in your house and pay your household bills. People don't have that extra money to go out and spend on fast food and stuff like that. Even though we see it all the time, freaking fast food joints are crazy busy. Mm-hmm. I mean, like McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell.
More disadvantaged under the poverty line people can only afford to really eat that. If they have several kids that are saying, we want food, then... Well,
yeah, but they can't... Think about a family. Well, think about the 3 of us, okay? So here's an example, guys. If Heather, Eddie, and myself, we go to, say, Wendy's, okay? I'm going to use Wendy's as an example. We're looking at like $25 at least for the 3 of us to go eat at Wendy's. Maybe it's usually about 27, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah, so...
But, I mean, a lot of families will only order off, like, the dollar menu and stuff.
Oh, I gotcha. But, yeah, it's still... And
that's cheaper than buying everything else
right.
to make food for them.
But yeah, like I said, like Heather was saying, back in the 70s, like she remembers any of the 70s, but that's okay.
I've done lots of reading.
I know, you know what, you're a smart girl, I know, I'm just teasing you. But back then, the dollar had more bang for the buck. It definitely does not now. And so, making $10 an hour, think about the nursing assistants out there, guys. A lot of places, that's what they're making, $10, $11 an hour if they're lucky. So, it's the money's just they're not getting enough money to survive, and people are having to work way more and more and more. Going to Subway for my family of 4 costs around $35. Yeah, I believe it, Tina. It's not cheap to go out there to get fast food anymore. It really isn't. Huh? Subway's very expensive.
Like one sub for $8.
Yeah, they're
small versus Wegman subs.
Yeah, Wegman subs are definitely better. So, hey, Bubba Lub.
How are you?
Coming to say hello to everybody.
Yeah, I think if I'm remembering correctly, like the northernmost subway is in like Utqiagvik or Barrow, Alaska.
Oh, Barrow, Alaska.
Which is like,
Eddie's been all into seeing the northernmost place in the world.
well like northernmost and like like generally like remote stuff because I find that interesting.
That's cool. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yeah, those were the good old days. Yeah, I'm going to tell you. But I also remember the gas lines back in the 70s when there was an oil shortage and you could only get so much gas a week. I remember that too, even though I was young. But I do remember. So, home cooking is so much better than fast food. You are absolutely right. That is 100% true. Cricket Girl said, I have started eating home way cheaper. Yep. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. It's definitely better eating at home and making your meals at home. And like I said, if you can eat out of your gardens, that's even better. Absolutely better. What do you think about eating out of the garden? You were zoning.
Good.
Good. Okay, thank you.
I was looking at myself in the camera. The way the light is on my face looks nice. Makes me look pretty.
Okay. You're pretty anyway, dear.
Thanks.
Oh, the 80s were the best for myself. Yeah, I grew up in the 80s, so, 80s were a lot of fun. Late 70s, early 80s. I was in that whole, grew up in that whole disco era type of period. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, well, a lot of good music. Oh, somebody said they're eating Legacy tonight for dinner. Very cool. Nothing wrong with that at all. What do we got here? Your daughter is a beautiful person. I agree with you 100%.
Thank you. This video's taking forever.
Mike just said Chelsea Manning jailed for a year for refusing to testify against Julian Assange. Well, it's not like they haven't spent a lot of time in jail already. Right?
Yeah, Walgreens shutting down 200 stores. The one in Greece is now shut down.
Yeah, there was a Walgreens that they had built in Greece. They built it up. It had just opened. It was open, maybe 2 years?
Something like that.
And then boom, it was closed. Yeah,
But did you hear they're going to make another Chick-fil-A in Rochester?
Are they?
Yeah. It's on the news. I'm like, Chick-fil-A's bad.
Why is Chick-fil-A bad? Not healthy? You don't like it?
I mean, it's not fantastic.
No, I didn't think it was fantastic either. It was something different.
I mean, I guess I don't particularly.
Well, here's something funny. We had, when we lived in Greece, New York, we like Taco Bell. So they had brought in a Mighty Taco. We heard all these great things about Mighty Taco from Buffalo, New York.
I mean, it's Buffalo, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
Well, so Heather and I went there once.
Once.
It was horrible.
And it's now shut down.
And it is now shut down.
Like a Sisu something.
Yep, and that's gone.
So every single time we'd pass it, there'd be nobody there.
Will I be doing a video on gun control soon? It's getting serious. You know what? I can. Where's my green tea? I got it. I'll show you guys in a second. Here's the thing is, as soon as I do a video on that topic, it will be demonetized instantly by YouTube. That's what they do. That's part of the game that they play.
My new video is up.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So I got my green tea, guys. I got it for JJ. Got to make sure I have it.
I need to go and get more. I think I only have one left. I'm saving it.
See, for me, you know what gun control stands for, guys? Is using both hands so I make sure I hit the target. That's gun control. So, didn't Manning get a lot of benefits in jail? Yeah, a ton. Yep, absolutely. But it's as far as gun control, I can do a video on that. Maybe I'll do one of my live streams, and we'll do a whole thing on gun control, and then we can actually have Heather sit in on that one. Would you be interested in doing that?
Yeah, because
she's on the opposite end.
I am not a fan of guns. No.
But we will.
Especially assault weapons like that.
Yeah.
Well,
there's both Heather and I. I mean, we're pretty much swimming in on the same end of the drill, basically.
Because you guys are young and have no idea what you're talking about, but that's okay.
Okay.
you're allowed to have your opinion. I give you all the credit to have your own opinion, but you don't know. You don't. That's you don't have the experience, and you guys have, stop with Max. Don't don't do that to Maxie.
It's chill.
Yeah, the algorithms. Yeah, the algorithms on YouTube are definitely they jump on stuff. Wasn't Heather's fault earlier. JJ did say it was because of the tea. Yeah, there you go. That must have been it. Yeah, I don't want to waste ammo. I definitely want to hit I know how to shoot. Like I said, I'm ex-military, so like I said, I believe. Like I said, as you guys know, I'm very pro Second Amendment. The Constitution was written for a reason, and it does say "shall not be infringed." So, it definitely. We can definitely do a video on that, and then Heather can give us her thoughts on that. Again, it's individual choices, but they're from a generation where they really have. And it's weird too because we've had, and I love this too. So we're gonna jump into this just for a quick second. Yeah, right. Stop calling ARs assault weapons because they're not. Right, exactly. ARs, AK-47s, they're not assault rifles, and it's just that's part of the propaganda of the media and all those type of stuff. We have to remember something, guys. The ultimate goal is to disarm us so they have total and complete control. And who do I mean by they? They are the ones that truly run things behind the scenes, and they use these politicians as puppets. And, so they're always clamoring for taking away the guns. Well, once they take away the guns, then you are a victim, period, because criminals do not follow gun laws. That is a proven fact. They don't care if they go to prison. They don't care if they kill people. It's just the way it is. So all you're going to do is turn law-abiding citizens into criminals with gun laws. That's all you're going to do. And, you're leaving? Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So, but with that, it's just, like I said, I can definitely get on a soapbox about it. Ed, can you give a brief summary about YouTube demonetizing? Okay. So, Lord, this is what happens. Okay, so here's a great example, and it's been happening to me a lot more lately. Okay, so I'm going to give you a great example. I did a video recently, and I said, it was a live stream actually. What is wrong with children today, and can it be fixed? Now, that is a very non-anything type of title, right? And, I mean, if it was like, let's beat the children or something, it may be different, but they demonetized that video right away. So basically, I get paid nothing for that video. So that any ads that they put on that video, I don't get paid for them. Okay, so it'll say limited or no ads, and so by putting the videos up and per 1,000 views that we get, that's how we get paid. And with having the ads on the videos, but that video was not a video, any kind of horrible, terrible thing, and it was demonetized. I asked for the review, and they did not give it back to me, so it stayed demonetized. Another one here. When I'm gonna pull this up so I can tell you which recent video it was. So hold on 1 second. I'm pulling it up on my phone. So I had done. Okay, so when I did the video yesterday, the first video I did yesterday, Kashmir is in a total blackout and under curfew with troops in the street. Okay, so I'm doing nothing but reporting the facts of the situation that's going on over in the Kashmir. I've got great views on that video. They demonetized it. I asked for a review. I'm still waiting for an answer, which is over a day later. Usually within 24 hours, you get your answer. And but it's just these are the games that YouTube is playing. So why is YouTube playing? Well, it's just looking at. I put my video up earlier today, my first video that I put up earlier today. Okay, so I put the video up. Shortly after I put that video up, I lost probably within a half an hour, 7 subscribers were gone. Now, and all at once, okay? And that's what YouTube does. They'll go in there and they start pulling your subscribers. That is the latest game that has been going on. I was getting an average of 100 plus new subscribers every day. And then 2 months ago, it just imploded. And, I've slowly worked my way up, but, they keep taking subscribers away. They're unsubscribing people. They are turning off people's bell icons so they're not getting notifications when I put videos up. So all these things are being done by YouTube, and what it comes down to, honestly, it's greed by YouTube is what it comes down to. They don't want to pay people, and it's not just me that they're doing this to, guys. They're doing it more to conservative channels, I believe, like the prepping and the off-grid community has been getting hit hard. Any kind of alternative news channels are getting hit. And so, where is YouTube? They're located in California. Who runs YouTube? It's a completely liberal-based organization. Realistically, there was just a guy that just got fired because he was a conservative, and he put out a memo talking about, now how stupid is this, okay? Talking about a memo about how men are more physically able to do things than women, which is an absolute 100% fact, okay? That's not derogatory towards women. It's a proven scientific fact. Men are physically built to be stronger, to do all those type of things. So he got fired because of some crap that they said that it was against their rules or whatever. Master Blaster runs Google. Yeah, right. Exactly. But yeah, it's just, it's continued games. I'm not going anywhere. I've stated that many, many times. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to keep making videos. And I like doing YouTube. I enjoy, interacting with you guys, sharing information. I get a lot, just as much that you guys get. So it's just a game. And so we got to play the game. So we do what we have to do. Unfortunately, I'm probably getting, lately it's been like at least 2 videos a week demonetized. So, so that's why you've been seeing me post more videos, because they're holding stuff back. And then again, what they do too. Now, the other part of the thing that they do, I'll put a video up. We'll be 8 hours into the video being up, and then it'll get frozen, the view count, from anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. This also happens a lot. It's a game that they're playing, so you're not getting credit for the views, and people are still making views, still making comments. So it's frustrating. I'll be honest with you. I do YouTube full time. This is how I'm making my living to take care of my family now. And like I said, and I enjoy doing it, and that's the main reason why I do it and why I continue to do it. Please check out Paul Joseph Watson's last video, but not right after you eat. Okay. I will. If you send me a link, I will definitely check it out. I will never lose weight drinking green tea. It's loaded with high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, I don't really drink a lot of it anymore. Honestly, for the most part, I just drink them when I do my show now. So I probably have 3 of them a week. I was drinking a lot of them for a while, but I definitely cut them back. So I do like them. I'm not going to lie. And everything's killing us. So I'm going to enjoy myself. Did they send me rules or anything? Not really. They just, they have their policies and stuff like that. But they pick certain people. And like here's a great example. And this is what kind of blows me away. So there was some guy that they had on. We get updates of how to make your channel better, and these people are talking and stuff like that. So here's this guy's got over 1 million subscribers on his channel, and here's a great example. So this guy has a video that's got over 1 million views of him and a bunch of buddies in a big bowl of cereal. Now, how stupid is that? How stupid is that? But that video gets pushed by YouTube. What we do does not. So those are just games. Like I said, if you are a prepper or a conservative, you are on YouTube's radar. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right, Robert. And guys, if you haven't shot me that thumbs up yet, if you would do that, that would be great. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, if this is like your first time on the channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Make sure you hit that bell icon so that you get updates. I want to mention the prepper get-together that we are having. And we are having that. It's actually getting really close now. August 17th, so we're 10 days away from the prepper get-together. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It is going to be at Letchworth State Park in New York, and it's going to be at Eddie's Pavilion, and it's EDDYS Pavilion, okay? And so we have the pavilion from 9 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. I have somebody who's going to stay here at the homestead all day, just so anybody thinking that, oh, we're going to be gone, so I'm going to go do something at the homestead. We have somebody here all day long on that Saturday. So, but anybody's welcome to come if you just let me know. Had a lot of replies already, so I think we're going to have a really good turnout. And just so you know, too, guys, and I probably didn't mention this before, but we are going to be doing some giveaways at the party, okay? So, and again, it's my way of thanking all of you guys for your support and those type of things. So everything is really, truly appreciated. And so that's just wanted to let you know that we are definitely going to be doing a few giveaways at the get-together. So not like door prizes type of stuff, but we're going to give away some fun stuff and just have a good time. And so if you're coming, I would ask that you bring a dish to pass. That's all I would ask, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention real quickly is the Prepper Nurse One community on my website at preppernurse1.com. If you are looking to connect with like-minded people, so just even if you want to just talk with other people that think like we do, or if you're looking to connect with people in your state or in your country, if you are looking to form a group in your state, okay, it's a great way to interact with people that have the same mindset that you do. We have the singles prepper group in there. We have the disabled preppers group. We have the seniors prepper group. So if you are an older prepper and you want to talk with people in your own generation, you can join the seniors prepper group and talk with those people. If you are also disabled, we have this disabled preppers group. So there's a lot of different things, a lot of message boards there. It is totally free to join, guys. It doesn't cost anything. And so I would encourage you to go over there and join. You just have to register so that you can see what's going on. But anyway, so that's what, that's what we're going to be doing. And so like I said, go over there, check that out. Do you know how many are going to be at the meetup? I don't know exact numbers. I've had a lot of replies, though. So I think we're going to have a really, really nice turnout. Really nice turnout. Donna Miller says not coming in clear. I'm sorry that you're having issues. I don't know why. Well, earlier we figured out what the problem was. Heather was uploading a video, but I know she's not now. She's not going to upload her second video until after I'm done with the show. So, Walmart employees threatening walkout over selling guns. Oh, my God. Really? That's crazy, Ricardo. I'm like so over it. I mean, I just, people are so easily manipulated. There is an agenda, guys. Okay. We're going to definitely do, I'm going to do a live stream. Maybe I'll do it Friday about this whole thing. Maybe I'll do that then with the gun control. But I'm going to have to word it differently in the chat. So, but we will definitely, I think so. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put it out there right now. I will be doing on Friday, my Friday stream will be about this whole gun control issue, what the agenda is, what's going on, and all that type of stuff. So we're going to talk about all that then. I'm not sure how I'm going to word it in the title because I know as soon as that video goes up, it's probably going to get demonetized, which is, I don't care. But, right, replace the Walmart walkouts with Second Amendment activists. Exactly. It's gotten to a point of being ridiculous. People that don't want to have guns, if you don't want to have a gun, don't have one. Okay? Perfect. Don't do it. But don't tell me what I'm going to do because that's not going to work. Okay? So we will definitely, we'll get into that talk on Friday. I think that'll be a good talk. Yeah, well, you know what? It's like I was explaining to Heather today. I said, even if you go to like a store, like the store I believe that was in Texas said no guns allowed, okay? So even if you go to a store and you're a registered gun pistol permit holder and you have your pistol, I told Heather, I said, I don't care what that sign says. If I have my pistol with me, I'm going to carry it into that store anyway, because that's why you have it, to protect yourself from lunatics. I do not want to be a victim. That is not my role in life. I'm not going to be a victim. And that's why, and I believe that you have to be able to protect yourself. I don't care what sign some stupid business, Bleeding Heart, has on their store. I will be carrying it, but I'm not going to open carry. You won't see it. So, it's not, and that's the other thing. This is not about, look at me, I'm a tough guy, I got a gun on my side. It's not about that. I'm a big believer in concealed carry. Why give yourself away? But we'll get into all that. We're going to really divulge into that on Friday. So I'll figure out a creative title, but know that that's what we're going to be talking about. Yeah, right. Someone breaks into the house. Do you call the man with a gun? Well, here's my other thing that I love about that. They want you to have gun locks on all your guns, and they want this and they want that, and your ammo separate from where your gun is, and blah, blah, blah. Again, we're going to get into all this on Friday. But so what do? Somebody breaks into my house, and I go, excuse me, Mr. Robber. Wait, could you please wait a second, Mr. Robber? I got to take my gun lock first and get my key and unlock my gun. And now I got to go grab my ammo that I keep over here in a separate room, because that's what the government told me I should do to load my gun. Now I can protect myself. No, that's not going to happen. You break into somebody's house, you need to be going out on a stretcher in a body bag. That's my opinion. If you plan on breaking into somebody's house, you have bad intentions, and that's, the red flag law is a very bad thing. Exactly, because anybody can turn anybody in. Anybody can. So we will definitely get into all that. That'll be a great topic, I think, for we will definitely talk about that on Friday. Maybe we'll do something with that red flag law too. Maybe we'll bring that up. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it, the title. But no, guys, if you're watching now, when I do Friday's live stream, we will be talking about gun control. We will be talking about what the agenda is and all those things, and all my thoughts and stuff like that. And I might have Heather join me. We'll see. She doesn't believe in them because she doesn't understand. She's young and she has no idea. She hasn't seen the evils of the world. I have protected her. I have. So we will definitely, no defense for accused in the blue states. Oh, absolutely not, Elizabeth Cope. And they just passed that here in New York. So, they could come into anybody's home and take their stuff just because somebody says they think that they're a threat. I'm going to tell you what. I'll put it out here right now. I have no intentions of harming anybody. I have no intentions of taking over the government. I want to mind my own business. I want to be able to, if a wild animal comes around, I want to be able to take care of that problem if I have to. Yeah, how about, Smitty said, how about the police being there in 30 seconds? Yeah, that was kind of interesting that they were there so fast for that shooter in Ohio. Very interesting, because it's like usually you're not going to see that kind of response time. I know that they were in the area, and they talked about that they were in the area. So, but someone's too many cops think the red flag law makes it legal to shoot and kill as soon as you open the door. The Maverick Prepper just said that. Yeah, there's, guys, again, when it comes to the police, there's good police and there's bad police. That's always the way it's been. That's always the way it will be. You're going to have your cops that, are on a power trip. A lot of cops get into it because it's a power trip for them. So it's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. But they make it bad for good cops that are trying to do the right thing. And I think and I'm going to tell you what, I've dealt with a lot of cops. I have respect for the police. That's just me. I don't act like a jerk with the cops. So, I'm not giving them any reason to accelerate stuff, But, and it doesn't make me a wussy. It means I don't want to go to jail. That's what it comes down to. So. Yeah, that's what happened in Maryland, Maverick. Yeah, I know that guy in there was of course, the cop side of the story, and the guy couldn't give his side of the story because they killed him when they knocked on his door at like 6:30 in the morning or whatever time it was and took his guns. But yeah, it's in Texas Walmart. They weren't in CCW taking action. Right? Yeah. If somebody had the concealed carry permit, they would be able to neutralize that threat, and that would be the end of the story. And they would be a hero. I don't care what said in front of the store. They would be a hero. Now, I've seen some pictures, which I thought were quite interesting, about the shooter in Texas. And they showed him going into the store. It was a picture of him going into the store. And there was a couple of blue posts behind him and a stop sign, written on the ground behind him. But when they showed the aerial view of the Walmart, and maybe it was a different entrance, I tell people the second worst thing I would have to do is shoot and kill someone. If they ask me what the worst thing is, I says letting them kill me. Yeah, you know what, John? You are 100% correct, and I can't disagree with you on that at all. And thank you so much for that donation as well. I appreciate that. But again, it's like, it might have been a different entrance. Maybe that's what it was. But they were showing the supposed entrance, what he went into, and it was a total different design. There was no blue post in there. There was no stop sign in the front. The stop sign was on the side. So I find that curious. Now, I don't know how realistic that is. Hey, 454 Tiger. Gun owners are the same population for sure. Yeah, you know what, and thank you so much for that donation. The average gun owner, guys, we're not looking to shoot anybody. We're not trying to get our freaking jollies off thinking we're tough guys, okay? It's not the case. A weapon is a tool, just like a hoe is a tool, just like a pickaxe is a tool, just like a shovel is a tool. And guess what? I can kill you with a pickaxe, I can kill you with a shovel, and I can kill you with a hoe. So if I use that as a weapon to kill somebody, are they going to start taking away certain kind of hoes of pickaxes because I used it to kill somebody? Are they? We need to take your cars away because they're not safe. I mean, it's the same thing. It's not about the tool. It's about the individual. Okay. I saw a big thing, a big post, and they were talking about different people, different ethnicities that if they were doing the shooting, and it was just, again, it was a propaganda thing that I'm not going to get into. But anybody, guys, I don't care who it is, anybody that goes out and does a mass shooting or a bombing or any kind of thing to kill and hurt people for whatever cause they believe in, for whatever agenda they have, for whatever hatred they have, okay? It is about that individual. That's what it's about. They are obviously all across the board, all types of those individuals have some kind of mental disorder. That's where it comes down to number one. I wonder how many of them, again, and I've talked about this before, what kind of medications those people are on. That's what I would be curious to find out. Because it's not about the tool that's going to be used. McFay killed a whole lot of people in Oklahoma and did not use a gun to do it. He used fertilizer. Do we need to ban fertilizer? So, most gun owners want a peaceful solution, but don't put them in a corner. I agree with you 100%. You are 100%, and that's 455 Tiger saying that. You're absolutely right. Most people that have, you think about all the guns that we have in this country, guys, and there's a lot more than they say we have, okay? Just think about that, okay? Most of them are not used for nefarious things. Again, it's the person who wields that tool. It is a tool like anything else, and that's what it needs to be looked at. So people want to get up and jump around and scream that we don't need guns and blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? We do need guns, because if we don't have them, it's the only thing the government fears is the people rising up and doing, okay, so let's say they took away all the guns, okay? Took away all the guns. Now we decide to have this huge protest because of some slight or injustice that we feel is wrong. So we're going to have this huge protest. They're going to lock people up and they're going to beat the snot out of you, okay, if they want to get that control back. And they don't care. And guess what you're going to be able to do about it? Nothing. You're going to be able to do nothing. What do you think they're able to do in the UK? If there's some kind of huge thing, what do you think they're able to do in Australia? Now, I know certain people in the UK and I know certain people in Australia do have guns, but they make you guys jump through hoops to get them, okay? And you have to keep them locked up a certain way, and you have to do this, that, and the other thing. Again, criminals, guys, and I will say this again, criminals do not care about gun laws. They don't. They're going to do what they're going to do. They always have, and they always will. So, anyway, but that's just the reality of it. Guys, if you haven't shot me that thumbs up yet, I would definitely appreciate that. I want you guys to remember something too, and we're going to talk about this real quick before I jump off here. We are Legion. And when I say that, what do I mean by we are Legion? It means we are many. There are so many of us out here, guys. Preppers, off-gridders, people that are just trying to live our lives and not bother anybody, and we just want peace. That's what we want. When the time comes, we are going to be able to do things to help people that a lot of other people cannot. And that puts us in a very unique position. Again, it's an individual choice if you choose to help people or not. I think we need to try to help people if we can, okay? So there's a ton of us out here. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. There's so many of us. And like I said, we're in a unique position for when the time comes. Even if it is, even if it is a localized event that happens to you locally, think of the impact that you can make and the difference that you can make in people's lives. I do not want to rely on anybody situation. I want to be able to have what I have right here, rely on myself, rely on the people that I care about. That's what I want to do, and that's what I'm trying to do. So we need to think about that. So Janet says she's from British Columbia. Very, very nice. So we got to do it real quick before we jump off here, guys. Where's everybody from tonight? So let's see where everybody's at, and then we can, we got Binghamton, New York, Riverside, California. We're going to start jumping up here. Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Sodus, Michigan, North Carolina, Ohio. Another Ohio, San Diego, California. Indiana, Oakland, Mississippi. South Carolina, Kansas, Iowa, Indiana, Oklahoma, Western Massachusetts, Montana, Northern Virginia, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Central Valley, California, Connecticut, Southwest Florida, Waco, Texas, near Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, very nice, Seneca Falls, New York, very cool, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Mobile, Alabama, Cherokee Indian here, very nice, Youngstown, Ohio, West Virginia, Illinois, Sweden, very cool, Virginia, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Farmington Hills, Michigan, Illinois, Missouri again, Michigan again, North Carolina, Arkansas, Iowa. So we, guys, we're all over the place, and that's the cool thing. And I just, it's important that we all try to work together. So anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off here for now. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. And again, if you haven't shot me that last thumbs up before we get off of here, I would appreciate it if you would do that. Again, remember, guys, we are all in this together because we really, truly are. We are the ones that are truly going to make a difference when the time comes, okay? And I truly believe that. I really, truly do. Again, thank you for all my moderators for keeping things clean. I appreciate you guys. You guys are doing an awesome job. And I think we had a really good show tonight. I don't think we had any kind of hate in here tonight, I don't believe. But if there was anything that you guys jumped out of there, I appreciate it. So also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important to tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you guys from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you. And that's really important to remember, okay? I hope everybody's doing great. I hope your week is going well. We're at the halfway point of the week, so that's awesome. I will see you guys all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.